All right, peace, Hotep. I always, start off with the ancient Kemetic, language, which means peace. Hotep means peace. Got to pay homage to the elders, Dr. Ben, Grand Master, Seti, the brother Seti. Never met any of these people before, but I study up under them. And what I mean is that I research and I study a lot of their material, and you may say, well, these men just like you, these people just like you. But when you in school and you doing a paper and you get your sources together, your sources tells you about the person and the credibility. It's the credibility. So when I'm giving you these names such as Seti, such as Dr. Ben, Pastor Ray Hagins, Dr. Pastor Ray Hagins, let me not leave that out. Phil Valentine, Aline Bay, Anthony Browder, brothers like that, you got to go look at their credibility, and that dead and everything. But today, I'm going to talk about modern day slavery. And people don't know legally you're still being represented as a slave, and I'm going to prove it to you. First and foremost, what I want you to do, I want you to go get any form of identification. Any form of identification. Whether if it's your driver's license, birth certificate, state ID, social security card, even a piece of mail that you get in the mailbox. And I want you to go look and see how your name is presented on that piece of mail or your identification. Now, it's not going to be clear to you because it wasn't clear to me at first. So I'm going to just give it to you. You will see that your name is presented in all capital letters. All caps. So your name is presented in all capital letters. But when we go back to third grade grammar, third grade English, you do not spell a person name with all capital letters. It's normally the first letter in the name that's capitalized, and then the rest of the letters are lowercase, and then the last name repeated the same way. You don't spell a person name in all capital letters. So you can go look this up. You can Google it, or you can go to Black's Law Dictionary, and you can see any type of law books. And they will tell you that legally what this means is called capital diminutio maximum, which means when your name is legally presented in all capital letters, you are being represented for just a broadened term as a corporation. You have to pay taxes, you can be fined, you can be sued, you can be in prison because of the way that your name is presented. I'm saying that if you ever dealt with law, when you go to court and the judge look at your name on the docket and they see your name is in all capital letters, instantly they know what type of rights you have. They know your status, your legal status in this country. Now, this is the brief history of how it took place. Just to paraphrase, or just to try to sum it up because of a lack of time that I have. America filed bankruptcy on March 9th, 1933. This is when they declared bankruptcy. And because they took out loans from international bankers, which is known as your Federal Reserve. And by the way, the Federal Reserve and the government are not the same. The Federal Reserve are a bunch of privately owned bankers who is above the government. Just like a corporation has a CEO and that's the face of the company, and that's who you see, like your president of the United States, that's a face, that's a figurehead. The people that's calling the shots are your international bankers. So America, being in debt to these bankers, they put up the American people for collateral. Don't take my word, go research it. They put up the American people for collateral. And so when they put up the American people for collateral, the Federal Reserve in 1935, this is when they declared the Social Security Act. This is why every U.S. citizen had to get a Social Security card, all right, and a birth certificate. So now what the Federal Reserve did, because you were now their piece of property, they created an artificial person out of you. So let's just hypothetically say your name is John Smith. All right. Now, out of John Smith, what the Federal Reserve did, they did a form of identity theft. They took your name, John Smith, and they created an artificial person out of you. This is what they did. This is why your name is in all capital letters, because when they took from you, the natural person, John Smith, the natural person, they created an artificial person or corporation also with your name. So now when a child is born and a mother or a father signs that child birth certificate, she's signing her rights over to the states. If you go to Barron's Law Dictionary and you look up the word certificate, because what you have to understand, the reason why I'm telling you law dictionaries is because when you're dealing with law and you say words that you may use on an everyday basis, it has a totally different meaning when it comes to law. So when you go look up the word certificate in Barron's Law Dictionary, just to paraphrase, it's pretty much something that declares ownership. So if you have a birth certificate, that means you're owned. That certificate is saying that you're owned. And who are you owned by? You're owned by the states. Your parents are signing over their rights to the states. And they're relinquishing their ownership of their child. So now the Federal Reserve created this artificial person out of you, John Smith, the natural person. Now they created John Smith, the corporation. Go look it up what your main name means legally in all capital letters, and you will find your answers. So now we have John Smith, the corporation, is what the international bankers then created out of you, the natural person. So now that they've created this artificial person, now they can use something that's called Admiralty Maritime Law. And Admiralty Maritime Law is the law that was used for ships when ships were bringing in merchandise from different countries. You know, it was bringing in merchandise. So this was the law of the sea. That's why it's called Admiralty. What's on a ship? What runs a ship? An admiral. An admiral of the ship. You know, in the Navy, he's called the admiral. So they're using Admiralty Maritime Law, which only applies to the law of the sea and which applies to bankers and merchants. Okay? Doesn't apply to a natural human person, to a natural person, should I say. So now you're this artificial person because this artificial person has the same name as you and you thinking it's you. So all the time, this is you in an artificial person. You're represented as the corporation of John Smith. So when you see a piece of form or paper and it says, for example, John Smith and it's in all capital letters and you sign that, you are agreeing to represent that corporation. That's what you're doing. You're agreeing to represent that corporation. But you're not a corporation. You're a natural person. Now, I'm going to break down in the second part on how they use Admiralty Maritime Law with our women and our babies. You know, this is how they use it. You know, so they use the law of the sea to govern us, but they're supposed to be using the law of the land, which is called civil law. This is the law of the land. But they're using a law that's used on corporations. So as long as you keep signing your name, when your name is presented in all capital letters, you are agreeing to represent this corporation. So in the next segment, I will talk about how with the Admiralty Maritime Law, as far as the ships, you know, what they call a ship, you know, how it ties into a person, and this is how they can implement the Admiralty Maritime Law, which is used for ships and which is used on bankers, you know what I'm saying, on banks and corporations and things of that nature. And I'll tell you about the courtroom and how that whole thing goes about on the next segment, which is coming up shortly. So please stay tuned. After this is done with, click on the next segment, you know, because we got to get this information out here. So this is your brother, Jason, signing off. You know, always part with the ancient words of the Kemetic language, Hotep. African proverbs, man know thyself.